Dangerous set of people. Okay. Who is not solo here? Who is not dangerous? Who's just say, I'm a calm person. I work with my team.
Yeah, I know.
Emmanuel. Okay. Emmanuel, are you here with your team?
Yes, I'm here with one of my team. That's Olawale.
Olawale. Okay. What of Pamela? Pamtech.
Yes, I'm here with my team.
Okay, Pamela. Who is your team member?
It's Uriel from Zimbabwe.
Okay. Awesome. You're welcome, Pamela. Let's see. Who else can I ask? Blessing Ajayi. I think Blessing said that.
I'm here alone.
You're here alone, but do you have a team?
Yes, I have a team.
Okay, but they are not here.
Yeah, but they're not here. Yes.
All right. Awesome. Have we tweeted? I'm going to be confirming from Debola. Debola, have you seen like 20 tweets?
It's not up to 20 or it's not up to 20.
No.
Gospel is not moving.
The gospel is not moving, and the gospel has to move. Guys, there's a lot that CRBIT has prepared today. And the first is, I think the most obvious is that there's 4,500 USD that is going to be shared with the winners. Yes. And another interesting thing is that, and this is not, I'm not sure you've seen this in any hackathon before, that there's a potential of getting 30,000 USD in funding. And this is just me telling you guys now. The first funding that we got as Bumper was actually 20,000 USD. Yes, and that's what we used to build our. We built out the product and got the first level of traction before we now raised our pre-seed. So understand that it's also possible that you might be building your own company with this because of this hackathon. Before we built out Bumper, it was just a project. Yes, it was just a project, and we got that 20K, and we hired our first engineer. We hired a product designer, and then we built out the product. Got somebody to handle just branding and stuff, and then we pushed out the product in February 2021. And I don't know how many people know, but we just closed our seed round of 4 million USD. So why I'm saying this is basically that it can also be it's not that far-fetched. Yes, we started with a project, and I don't know anybody heard of Sales Cabal back then. It was started as a project, and now it's a company, and we're serving over 50,000 businesses today. So this is just a call to action. Because of that 30K, you might just be.
See you later.
Yeah. Okay. So please, if you're just joining, we're starting the kickoff, and we have a tax. Yes. Please go to your Twitter and tweet using the hashtag FOP Hackathon. But please also tag Get CRBIT and maybe Consonance Club on Twitter, so that we can know that you've tweeted. Demola, is it up to 20 now? I don't want to move it if it's not up to 20. It means that some people here are not tweeting. It's not still up to 20.
But they are moving.
Now.
I can see Busayo. Yeah, I can see Busayo.
Okay, call names. Only Busayo.
Yeah, Busayo me. Oh no, there are some people. Kennedy has actually tweeted.
Okay, Kennedy, nice.
Tweeted. So yeah.
Okay. So. What of K? K. Ogumbawale. You think I will not call you? K.
Yeah, you can check now. I've tweeted
You waited until I called his
Consonance
name.
Club and Guess It Beat. Yeah.
Yeah.
You waited until I called. Okay. What
No, I
of
was actually trying to tweet it before
okay.
you called me out.
Okay. Abdul Mateen, Tyrone. Pamela, have you tweeted?
I am tweeting right now.
Wow, you waited also, Pamela. You waited also. I can see this. Pamela, you waited. What of you, real? Abdul Mateen, you're not on Twitter. What are you on? What are you on? Or is it Elon Musk that sent you away? Shegun, Bola, Ayobami. All right. I'm going to hold you. I'm going to hold you people on this one. Yes. You left to Jack. Okay. All right. So I'm going to hold you guys on it though. So if you're just joining in, we have a tax on ground. So just tweet using the hashtag ASAP FOP Hackathon. We're about to kick off. So I want to ask another question. Do we have a poll here? Let me just confirm that. Ooh. Nope. Okay, so I can't use that. I want to see if we can do a poll ASAP. I don't think I can do that with this. Okay, Pamela, are you done?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. So I want to ask a question. Yes, and it's just for information's sake. How many ladies are here? I know that Pamela is here. If you're a lady, I want you to unmute for a bit. So I know Pamela is here. Who else? Uriel?
Uriel is a guy.
Okay. 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 So just Pamela. Wait, is it just Pamela? Wow. Okay. So now this is another call to action. Yes. And maybe it's not for now, but how many people here share this hackathon with their female friends? If you did that, I want to see your hands up. If you shared it with Ogbonna Ikena, okay. You did.
Yes. Good morning.
Did they sign up?
Their fear was all of them were front-end devs, so they said it's a back-end thing that they don't want.
Oh, and they could not join the team. They could not get a back-end team.
All the female devs I have, all of them, like they are Angular devs, so that's why.
And they could not find even a male back-end dev to form a team.
I didn't even push. I didn't want to.
Okay. So, all right. Thank you, and well done. The reason why we're saying this is because Consonance and also Sharebit, we're big advocates of ensuring that we have female inclusion, especially in the tech space. So I think there are 31 people on this call right now, and we're seeing that there's just one female. So we definitely want to start changing that narrative and ensuring that we have as much female as many female as there are guys in the tech space. So Another call to action, ensure that when you see opportunities like this, you also share it like Ogbonna, like Ikenna, sharing it with your female friends. All right, so moving on. So in the next few minutes, we're going to spend some time going through the CIBIX Hackathon APIs. The reason why we're doing this is I'm sure many of you here are already familiar with it. How many of you have actually started, checking the APIs out? You've signed up, you started checking it out. Let me see it on the chat. Just say I have. Okay, Emmanuel has. Is it just Emmanuel? Lawa, Kennedy. Okay. Some people have. Okay, awesome. So we're just going to spend a few minutes. Okay, Shamsuddin, you have also. Awesome. See, people are already going fast. People are already moving fast. All right. Tola is going to take us through just for a few minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. Just a little bit about the documentation, how to find it, what to do, next steps, what are the possibilities with the APIs, and if you have any questions regarding that, especially for those that have even started working on it or started checking it out. If you have any questions, this is your time to basically ask Tola. All right, so Tola, do you wanna go? And you can share your screen also, guys. While Tola is setting up, has everybody here joined the Slack channel? If you've not joined the Slack channel, let me see it on the chat. Okay, Kennedy, you have joined the Slack channel. So if you've not, so Gift, you've not. Who else have not? Okay. So one thing that's going to happen now is that Debola is going to drop the link to the Slack channel on the chat, and we can all try to join it ASAP. Tola, I'm still waiting. Just let me know when you're ready. That's one.
Yeah, so just give me a minute.
Okay, awesome. And the second thing is there's a form that we also have supposed to have filled before now. I'm actually expecting that everybody got that email, but just to be on the safe side, I'm only seeing 24 teams here, and there are over 200 teams that registered. So please understand that this form I just filled, this is how we're sure that, we know your team members, that's one. And it's only from people here that can actually win the hackathon. So it's actually very important that you fill it. You may not do it ASAP, but please ensure that you fill this form, even before getting started. Anybody that you do not fill as a member of your team, but in this form, please understand that the person is not going to win out of your money. So it's not a thing where after winning, you'll be like, oh, this guy, please, I registered their details before we get started. Does that make sense? Someone should say yes. Let me know that. Okay. So there are a few tasks: the form and joining the Slack channel. Don't forget to do that. All right. So I'm going to also you see me on the Slack channel now.
Okay,
So just like,
ready?
okay, Tola, are you ready?
Yes, I
Okay,
am.
please give me a minute.
All right.
So just like, I just clicked the link that Debola sent, and I'm joining this Slack channel now. So already I'm on it. So the reason why I'm saying this now, the reason I'm trying it by myself is to also show you that it's not very difficult to join the Slack channel. So you can do it immediately as we speak. All right. So Debola, is there any particular the hackathon dedicated channel?
Yes, so let me just go through the channels briefly. So there is a hackathon channel, which is where we drop any updates or news on the hackathon. And any concerns you guys might have about the hackathon, you can ask there. And then there's the community support group. There's Dev Serbit and there's community support. On either channels, especially for the Dev Serbit, you can actually, if you're having any questions about your integrations, more or less, or working with Serbit going forward, maybe after the hackathon, you can actually drop questions in there. Maybe you are not getting some particular endpoints or you don't understand something in the documentation, and then we'll have somebody there to actually provide clarity for you. So whatever you build, if you need help, you can always talk there.
Okay, I noticed that I did not automatically join the FOP hackathon, but I joined the general Dev Serbit community support. Can we make it automatic? Because I know I have to search now before I saw the FOP hackathon.
Okay, we'll make it automatic.
Yes, I'll just add most people here. So guys, as Debola said, just please take a minute now. Just go to browse channels. I just did it now. Browse channels, you see FOP hackathon, just join in. Yes, Adedoyin Adebaya, I've seen you. Shamsuddin, Omasi, these are fast people. I love fast people. I love when I just say ASAP. I'm seeing another person joining. Ikena, this Ikena Bona, very, very sharp. Pamela, nice, welcome. All right, so as that's going on, Tola is going to be taking us through the APIs. Tola, please just from the beginning, and this is also for the people that will be watching this recording in the next, today or tomorrow, because some people might not be able to make it for this call. All right, Tola, you can go ahead.
Okay, cool. Hi everyone. I'd like you all to confirm if you can see my screen, because I'm sharing my screen already.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, cool. So to start with, you need to sign up on Serbit to gain access to your keys, which you use for your integration. And this is just like your registration screen. Earlier we communicated that you add the word hackathon to the business name so we can easily identify you. And I think most of you guys have done that already. So let me just log in and show you where you can get your keys from. So for those of you who have access to the dashboard already, you can easily get your API keys from the settings page. Let me just go about that again. Settings, API keys, and you see your keys. So you have your live keys and your test keys. So let's go to the documentation. So this is the API documentation. This is available at doc.serbit.com. And basically what we have here, we have some features that you could easily integrate into the products you want to build. So let's go to online payments. So we have 3 different integration types. We have the simple checkout, we have the standard checkout, and the e-commerce plugins that you could install on your e-commerce website. So for the simple checkout, it's more of an inline script that you embed into your websites for easier collection. So it's named simple checkout because it's like the simplest method of integrating Serbit. Then for standard checkouts, you'd have to use the APIs. So to authenticate on our APIs, you need to encrypt your keys. To encrypt your keys, it's a combination of your private key and your public key. So whatever token you generate is what you use to make API calls to Serbit throughout your integration. So so let me just take you through the plugins. So for plugins, we have WooCommerce, Magento, and and Wix. I don't think anyone will need this. And for features that we have that you can integrate into what you're building, we have invoicing. We have subscriptions. Anybody trying to build something that has to do with recurring payments. We have payment links, we have virtual accounts, we have card tokenization. So if your product has to do with anything in terms of probably lending, or you have a model of business like probably a streaming service, music streaming service, right? You could use this API for that, where you tokenize customer cards and you charge as at when due for subscriptions. And we have the Pocket. So the Pocket is like a virtual wallet for customers. So you could create anybody that signs up on your platform, you could create a wallet for them and give them account numbers that you can use to basically transact within your own ecosystem, right? And we have supporting APIs for you to verify payments. We have some information on settlements. That's for when you, after receiving payment, what happens after receiving payment? What do you do when you get failed payments? And we have some responses that you should expect when a payment fails. And for webhooks, for you to get notifications for payments on your own platform. So, okay, lastly, we have like libraries or SDKs that you can easily use to make your integration faster. Do we have any questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay.
And actually, I was opportune to go through these APIs before now.
Okay.
I have some questions, actually, a research questions, and it's regarding virtual accounts.
Okay.
So I see virtual accounts. I have gone through it, but I want to assume there's a web via notifications for transactions will be sent to or will be listened from.
Yes, so you need to configure your webhook. So if you have that set up already, you can like set that up here for your live payments and for your test payments, so you can receive notification.
Okay. So actually, when transactions are being accounts.
Sorry, can you come again?
Yes, so I mean, so when funds are sent to the virtual accounts,
Yes.
a webhook notification will be sent to the webhook I provide in that account, right?
Yes.
And also, bank verification number is not needed.
Yes, it's optional.
Creation of a virtual account.
Yes, it's optional.
Okay. Second question is in Pockets.
Okay.
So for Pockets, I see bank verification number. Is this also needed here? Is it very compulsory?
It's optional as well.
It's optional as well, because I see on documentation that it was asterisk as I think I see it on the API reference. It was asterisk as compulsory. And I want to believe every fund that is yes, how is fund actually credited into this pocket? Because I can't see how.
Okay, so when you like create your pocket, right? You get an account number that belongs to Nine Payment Service Bank. So once you transfer into that account number, your pocket becomes credited.
Okay. Okay, and then you can also transfer out of that pocket to another pocket or an external bank account.
So you can transfer to an external bank account, and you can transfer to another pocket within your ecosystem.
Within my ecosystem. Okay. Okay. Is there any means of auto crediting from the merchant's pocket to the customer's pocket.
You want to move money from your business pocket to a sub pocket, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that is possible as well.
Okay.
So we have that here. Just hold on. So you have pocket to pocket transfer, right? So your
Okay.
request is different from the request for the bank payout.
Okay, pocket transfer. Okay.
Yeah. So you debit a pocket and credit another pocket.
All right. Lastly, I think I have too many questions already, but lastly, this is business wise. Would there be any charge whenever there's a pocket transfer?
So for the purpose of the hackathon, no charges. You incur no charges for the purpose of the hackathon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that'll be all the questions I'll have to ask for now.
Okay. Someone's hand is up. Omar C.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Hi.
Good morning. I've been going through the API documentation. So, when my concern is
Sorry, you're
about
not so audible.
Hello.
Yes, it's better now.
Okay. I was testing the API, so I was doing the API documentation. I want to use the webhook event notification. So I don't know. I was so far I see that there is no webhook notification for invoicing. Like if a transaction occur for invoice, how can I identify? Because based on the documentation I read, there is no provision for that. So how can we like be able to identify?
Okay, so
the webhook event for invoicing? Yes.
There is no provision for what on invoicing?
For webhook notification for invoicing, webhook
A
notification.
payment notification for invoicing.
Yes.
So when the customer makes a payment, there will be a notification that will be sent to you that the payment has been successful.
Okay.
So the invoice comes with like a payment link attached to it that customers are expected to use to make payment.
Okay. So I understand that. So you know that webhook, like we have different, like there's virtual account regression and other stuff like that. So how can I be able to identify that this particular, because I have seen for virtual account, which is transaction.wallet. So
yeah,
like I want to be able to identify the transaction for each category, like this for wallets, because we have wallet integration and we have invoicing integration in the system. So
okay.
like because
So you want to
I
know
don't
where
see
the
that
money
it
is
doesn't
coming
have.
from.
I don't see any. Yes, that is exactly what I want to do.
Okay, we would get back. Are you on the channel? So we can get back to you on the channel.
Yeah.
All right, then we'll get back to you on the channel. Would that be all? I really can't hear you. Okay, Oladapo. Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Yeah. So I want to ask how the verification process is for a business account. I'm assuming that we'll be needing to create a live solution for the hackathon, or it's sufficient to just use the testing environment for the hackathon.
Yeah, so that's why we said you should add hackathon to the business name, so we can just approve it for you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you
we
don't need
we
to
don't
do
need
any
any
documentation,
document.
just sign up.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So we should also add that on to the business name.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Pamela.
All right. I am trying to sign up and I do not see my country listed.
Okay, what country would that be?
Zimbabwe.
We're currently not in Zimbabwe.
So Pamela, we're currently not in Zimbabwe. However, you can pick another country for the sake of the hackathon and build your solution on it for now.
All right.
So you can pick whichever country you feel is your favorite outside your country. I suggest Nigeria, but you can go with Tanzania. Sure.
Okay, one more person as their hands up. Star.
Yeah, good day. I just want to ask, what if we have already created an account without putting the whole hackathon text beside the business name?
Yeah, so you could send us a message on Slack and we'll help you out with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we did earlier. We haven't gotten a response yet, but would send again.
Yeah, you get attention at Seabit when you drop it. Okay, any more
Awesome.
questions?
Okay, Tola, so Kennedy asked the question before his internet went off. He said, is Pocket the same as Wallet?
No, it's not.
Okay, can you just briefly explain the differences?
So the wallet is for other African countries. So we're talking about mobile money there, not pockets. So you must have seen that on the webbook.
All right, I think that's everybody's question. So Kelvin.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tola. That was a good one. I hope that it is clear to everyone here. And if you have any other question, please feel free to mention on the Slack channel. Let me even check the Slack channel again to see if there are people that are at the Kennedy. You're raising your hand. Do you have a question?
Yes, please.
Okay,
Yes.
please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Kelvin. Thank you, Tola. Okay, just quick questions I have here. Okay, I got his response that Pocket is not the same as Wallet. I want to ask what, because the truth being the fact that when you were about to do the presentation, quite unfortunate for me, my internet tripped me off. So just a few questions I want to ask. I was hoping that I would get that in the presentation. So number one is that, so in settlements, so what is the time frame for settlement? Suppose I've received a payment through the API endpoint, and what is the time frame to get at what T value do I get settlement into my settlement account? That is number one. Number two is that can I also have a sort of a setting where I can say, okay, I don't want this settlement to run. I want to keep the money with Simba separate. Then probably after a couple of times, then I want to do a sort of manual settlement myself. So and the third, I want to ask is that is there a sort of a split payment present? So these are the three questions I would like to ask. Thank you.
Okay, so your first question, for Nigeria, for Naira payments, we do T+1. That means whatever transaction you do today, you'll be settled for it at the next business day. And if it's other African countries like Ghana, Kenya, we do T+3. Then regarding your question regarding that, okay, if you want SEBI to hold on to the settlement and you withdraw that when you like, you could turn on settlement to pocket, right? So we still do our obligation to you by settling to your pocket at T+1. And whenever you're ready, you could withdraw from your pocket. Did that answer your question?
Yes, perfect.
And the last one, split settlement, currently that is not available.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. But is there a roadmap for that in the future?
Yeah, so there is a roadmap for it in the coming weeks, probably towards first week in December or second week in December.
Awesome. That's good news.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Tola.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Okay, thank you guys. Kelvin, I think you can take it from here.
All right. Thank you, Debola. So yes, I believe that everybody's clear. I want to ask a few people, or maybe just one person actually. How many people are here that is already clear what you want to build? So if you are part of them, say it's clear on the chat. If it's not, if your own is still not clear, say it's not clear on the chat. So if you know what you want to build, just say it's clear. Kennedy, go to the Slack channel. Go to the Slack channel for this your last one more question. Okay, Manuel, say you don't clear. Okay. Yes, Bola, everybody is going to get this recording via email. Bola is going to share it with you. And it's also going to be on, I think, okay, you get the recording via email. Link to the Slack channel. Okay, let me repaste it. Bola already sent it. Pamela, you have a question?
Yes, I have a question, and sorry for asking it late. Do we have a certain threshold that we need to reach before you take out your money, or you can just withdraw any amount?
Yeah, so it depends on what your local currency is. So I think for Ghana, Kenya, for Ghana, you have to have about, I think, 3,000 cedis. For Kenya, I think about the same 3,000 KES.
And can we have it in US dollars?
In US dollars, I'm not sure the equivalent of that currently. Would that be all?
Yeah.
All right.
Pamela, is that clear?
Not really. I wanted to know in US dollars. So yeah, I guess maybe later.
Please, you can ask it on the Slack, and you get the response. Some people said their solution, what they want to build, is clear. Some people are saying that it's not clear. Shegun, let me call Shegun. Olua Shegun Akimpelu, are you here? Let me see if I can.
Hi, Karen.
Yes, you said what you want to build is not clear right now, yeah?
Yes. So,
So you don't know what to build. Is that it?
yeah, so it's more of, so I'm a one-man team, yeah, and I'm mostly a back-end person. So I was going to ask the question. So is it suffice enough to just build a backup back-end system, or it has to be like a front-end back-end stuff?
So I think as and this is definitely where your how you explain your solution would come in. It is supposedly sufficient to have just the backend, especially if it works. If what you're saying works, like it does not have to look good. But don't get me wrong, Debola is going to run through this, but they are going to be checking the judges are going to be checking for all of it. So exactly now we're just kicking off. If you can actually still get a front-end person to join your team. That's why that form that is sent out, you can actually still add, you can go back to edit it and add your team members. So you can ask on the Slack channel, if anybody is also open, and we can get people. I saw somebody asking in Consonance group, or someone asking on Twitter. I was just asking the person if they found someone. So you can it's still open for you to be able to get people at least, but ensure that on the form, anybody you add, you added the person to that form before it closes, and we'll give some time, maybe to close sometime next week. So that's one thing you can do. But again, it can be sufficient to just have the backend solution, and you can be, as long as you're able to articulate what is supposed to be, especially on the front end side, what people are supposed to see. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. So I guess I cannot start thinking of solution.
Yeah, you can meet Ogbonna Kel Ikena. He mentioned that he engaged some ladies. He told them, but they were front end based. So you probably want to engage one of them to join your team. I know some of you that are doing solo. I'm sure that you want to eat the money alone. Share. Is that the case?
No, it's not. It's not the case. It's more. It's more of. I guess I'll just like look for someone. If I don't find, I can just like stick to it. But it all boils down to me finding a solution that a problem I can solve, basically.
Okay, awesome.
Ikena,
so let me ask Ikena.
Okay.
Somebody say something.
Boss.
Okay, Kennedy, go ahead.
Kennedy, yeah. Okay, so for me, the solo is not about the money. Okay, but for me, it is about getting the base of the solution, then finding the appropriate co-founder that I can work with. Getting a co-founder could be dangerous if to your business, you have to carefully select that. So I want to have a base of the solution first, then carefully select the co-founder later. Yeah.
Okay. So I see that we are approaching it in different ways, but I think it's still good. But don't overthink it. You want to build first. It's not a company yet until it's even a project. So focus on trying to build out the project. If you see it and if it's viable, then you now want to start talking about okay. But it's good that you are thinking about that already. Ogbonna, Ikena. So Kennedy is already having plans to even wow the VCs that will give him 30K. To him, he's building his company already. Ogbonna, Ikena.
Yeah, boss. I'm with you.
Yes, you said it's not clear also for you.
Yeah. No, it's clear. I was meant it's not. I wanted to ask question, but you've answered it like already.
Okay.
I know what I want to do.
Okay, awesome. For those that do not know what to build, let me mention this. There are a few things that are still unclear, even as as bumper now, that would, solutions that I would like to use. So this is me also just sharing, I guess. There's areas and there's the part of identification, especially as regards to, fintech, that is not still, we don't think that is perfect. We're still seeing a lot of fraudulent cases. So there's the fraud bit. There's also there's the fraud bit. There's the identification bit. Let me see. There's the fact that payments is still not as, we should be seeing more of, social payments happening. Since we have a lot of people on social media, why are there not social payments, built on top of, what Cerbit has done? I don't know if you know, like we integrated with Instagram, but we'll still send you through a link to go and pay, through transfer. Like, is there something that can be done, social payment that can be done, which will not need to be sending out a different link, you just link to pay. Something like that is also very, very useful. We have not seen a lot of P2P that has been viable. And I think the last P2P that we've seen is Abeg. Yes. And so there needs to be something around that. So these are just a few things that I see personally, and I'm sure that a lot of us are seeing a lot of other things that is possible. Really, you're raising your hands, but I want to know that if you can ask the question on Slack or via on the chat, it will be great. Because of the time, I want Debola to take us through and Abdulmateen just asked the same question. He's going to take us through the judging criteria so that we can have that in mind. We have up until the 20th of this month to submit our hackathon, your project. So if you notice, it was supposed to be earlier before, but we discussed and decided we wanted to build something really good, because it's not just a thing where just do anyhow and go, because you can actually be building your company this way. So we're giving time. So at least you have this weekend, you have all through next week and next weekend to work on the solution, build something tangible, build something really useful that you yourself can use, and then submit by midnight on the 20th, which is a Sunday. Yes, maximum team size is 4 people. You should not be 10. It's just a project. Please, you're not building, you don't need support. You just need your back end, your front end, maybe a designer, maybe 2 back end. If it's something around data, maybe you have a data person, but 4 is like the team size that we're sort of capping it at. I don't think anybody should be more than 4. That's just for the question you asked. So Debola, please, in 2 minutes, can you just take us through the judging criteria?
All right. So to add to what Kelvin said about areas you can build in, I have added some popular ones or some common ones in the chat. So maybe this can help as pointers for people who have not started or don't have a clear idea of where their solutions may actually play in. So maybe just take a look at that. And I'm just going to share my screen briefly, and we're just going to talk about the judging.
Debola, which chat? Where?
The Zoom chat. The Zoom chat.
It's not
the
here.
Chat. Wait. Okay, it's just one person. Just hold on. Let me send it again. I think I just sent it to one person then. Okay, can everybody see it now?
Okay, please drop it on the Slack channel. Can we delete it? Let them not see it. So everybody should go to Slack. I see ideas everywhere. Oh my God, it's a lot.
So you guys can just take it. I'll also drop this on the Slack channel so everybody can. Yeah, you're welcome. So I'm just going to share my screen briefly, and I'm just going to talk about the judging criteria, and then we can go from there. And just correct Kelvin on something. I think the maximum team size we're allowed for was 5 people actually. So if you are up to 5 is actually where we capped it as. So let me share my screen now. Okay. Can you see my screen? Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
All right, thank you. So so these are the judging pillars, more or less. So we are judging by 5 things: problem and impact. So basically this is, how is the solution aligned to payment challenges in Africa, and does it solve the challenges? So we don't want you building for just one bus conductor or just one very small subset of people, but I'll build or addressing the problem that doesn't exist or that is already solved for. So this particular solution that you're doing, does it solve a problem and does it actually impact people? So because I know that sometimes as builders, we tend to build for ourselves, or we have a particular problem and then we build from that bias, and then it doesn't actually affect a lot of people at large. So your solution that you're building will be judged based on the problem you're solving, who you're solving it for, and how many people you're solving it for. But how many? I mean, I don't think you should build for the entire Africa, for instance. But if there's a particular niche of people or in a particular industry you're building for, if your problem largely solves a major thing from them, that also is fine. So it doesn't have to count like, okay, solving for all the entire population. But for whatever subset of people you are solving for, it should solve for a large number of them. And the second thing we're looking at is execution and design. So we're looking, like we said, the hackathon is not a PowerPoint, it's a demo. So we actually want to see a live demo on that day. And we'll be judging you by the quality of your demo and your design. So is it clear? Is it logical? Is it nice? You know, clear, logical, and nice doesn't necessarily have to be what does the UI look like for some of the backend people who like they asked earlier. So we're also looking at the logic involved in creating that solution. The design doesn't just always have to just be UI. Design goes deeper than that. System design also comes into play here. So how do you actually, utilize a lot of tools and a lot of algorithms and all of that into your solution is what we mean by execution and design. Then originality is the idea obvious or unexpected. So we don't necessarily want a copy and paste of something that actually exists out there without you even fully understanding why. So is this idea original? Does it stem from real insights? Like, did you go into the market? Did you talk to some particular people? Did you do your own user research? And then you actually came upon a very profound insight, which you then built upon, but not something that is very, very much obvious for everybody. And then feasibility. Is it real to do it in a reasonable timeline? Now, this addresses, yes, we all know that nuclear fission is going to happen one day, and people will, probably teleport eventually, but there's a realistic timeline that it won't happen in our own lifetime. So that is also the kind of things we're looking at for our solutions. Now, if you want to implement the solution, is it real to do? Does it have to do with the current tides of things? Do you need one CBN regulation or any central bank to do something for your solution then becomes viable? If not, then we don't think it is very, very much feasible, you get. So we're actually looking at feasibility. Is it possible? Is it real to build this product? And is it possible to do it in a reasonable timeline? Like when we're still alive, more or less. And then the business model, would this solution make money? Because ultimately we are talking about solutions are bringing value to people, and people will always pay for value. So the question now is, does this thing have a sound business model to actually generate money? Because it's not just a pit hole where VCs are throwing money into it just to fund, where the money never comes back, and we're just funding our users more or less, which is what we see.
These are the places you went drunk.
What we see with,
now.
Sorry, which is what we see with some startups these days. The basic unit economics of these solutions are never there. And for this hackathon, we're looking at the basic unit economics of whatever you build. So any questions? If you have a question, you can raise up your hand or say something in the chat. Okay.
Hello. Sorry, my hand was raised. Sorry for intrusion.
Okay. All right.
Okay. You were saying you have to demo that day. So does it have to be hosted?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right.
I was gonna ask, what are like example really good use cases based on Cebit APIs that exist? So like what company is doing something around the area that you're like, we could, Cebit APIs could have built that? Are there examples?
So it sounds like you're asking me for Expo. So I really can't really divulge into that.
Oh, but I mean, if you told us companies that exist out there that are doing things that could be used by like based on Cebit APIs, then if we mimic that idea completely, it would be unoriginal, which would downgrade our score. So it's not really Expo.
Okay, so I'm just going to give you just something like, so for a P2P business now, and let's go with Pockets and then the Pocket ecosystem. Now, the issue we see is most startups eventually start creating their own wallet management softwares. And, they're creating a central wallet that then disperses to other smaller wallets. And then they're having all of this tech stack in their in-house. And it becomes very inefficient because they're interfacing with both their internal systems and the payment gateways they are working with. Now, with our Pocket system, because everything, you're creating a larger virtual wallet and then smaller wallets under that system, you can actually move money around your system. So whether you're a P2P and then you have your users already registered in our Pocket system and just generated via API, those users can transfer money between themselves. Or if you are a betting company, for instance, and then you're assigning a sub pocket to a particular user, so that those users can fund their wallets and then money remains in that system. Or if you're a loyalty-based business, like there's a particular merchant we have, so they have this loyalty program that when people fund their wallets, they want to be able to track and use that to actually generate loyalty points. So they're checking how much is actually flowing through that and making sure that that money stays in the ecosystem more or less to be used to pay for other things in the ecosystem, like hotel bookings, event organizations, and the rest of them. So yeah, like that is a use case for Pocket. Now you can actually take it to a particular vertical. Like I said, look at the hotel industry, look at the airline industry, look at, for instance, the FMCGs, and look at the relationship between the manufacturing and distribution and wholesale lines of things, and see how you can actually apply the Pocket system into that in terms of how money is collected, stored, managed, and also disbursed for daily operations.
Okay, so my question is, since it's gonna be like demo presentation, okay, supposedly the solution is a mobile app, and the time frame to get an app approved, published on Google Play Store, for instance, is costs about 5-7 days thereabout, which definitely will not be able to meet. But can APK be sufficient for that kind of presentation being shared?
Yes, it suffices.
Thank you.
Any other question? Okay, Kelvin.
All right. Yes. Thank you so much, Debola. I think we're all clear. Again, we have from now till the 20th of the month. So if your friends are not here, please let them know. We're also going to be sending this recording to everyone, just so that they're aware. You've seen what you're going to be judged by, so you can put that in mind when you're thinking about the solution that you want to build. For the next few days, I think it's less than 10 days. So it's maybe 8 days. So for the next 8 days, we should, get to building. If you have any questions during that 8 days, please ensure that you mention it on the Slack channel. I'm there. Debola is there. Mogaji Damilala is there from Consonance. So please, if you have any question, just mention any of us on the channel, and we'll be sure to respond to your question, just so that you're not delayed while we are building. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to close the call now, but I'm hoping that if there are any other questions, please, you can mention it on the Slack channel. So thank you everyone for joining the kickoff, and looking forward to the great solutions that you'll be building. Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you've not tweeted, please ensure that you go to tweet.
All right.
I'm still checking that.
All right, bye guys. And just to know, so we'll be having some activities during the week, and we have some merch that we're giving out for free. And yes. And another thing, I think, so you guys should just be on the lookout for that. And another thing is we are possibly planning an in-person meet and greet, more or less. So if you have further questions, you can actually come down to the CIB office and just work. Maybe you just want somewhere you can actually fully focus on. So there's going to be lights, refreshments, internet, and you can just hunker down with your team and, channel your solutions. So if it's something you're interested in, we'll actually push it out and announce the dates later on. So yeah.
Nice. Love it. Love it. All right, thank you so much, Debola. That's actually a good one. So guys, there's going to be venue space, and I'm sure, and that's just, I think, in Lagos though. Light, internet, refreshment, everything is going to be available, and this is optional. Just if you need a place and resources to work with. But beyond that, let's get to building. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye guys.
Bye.